Hello, welcome back to SCLC Today. As usual, I'm so happy and elated that you tuned in. We're here again, just on fire about the opportunities that presents us. As you know by now, I'm an optimist. I'm never negative about the success of society and the collaboration of what we can do together. Footnote, none other than icon legend himself, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, has just joined the campaign, the issue, the confrontation that we are having with Sherwin-Williams. That gives us 5 or 6 great leaders in the legendary perspective of what we are doing. Reverend Jackson was with us in L.A., great leader in his own right, the historicity of Reverend Jackson and how he has supported SCLC and evolved and developed and worked along with Dr. King and many of the other leaders and give success to SCLC and his relationship for many years. Talked about it in Los Angeles just a week ago. So we want to just thank him for coming out supporting our issue with Sherwin-Williams. We haven't resolved it yet, folks. Sherwin-Williams refused to bring about a prime, a black African-American partnership in decision-making in their erection of a 36-story skyscraper in Cleveland, Ohio. The construction of this building has no prime black, African-American, person of color, of African descent in the decision-making process of this great project in its own right. So we do have the support of Reverend Jesse Jackson, Martin Luther King III, former Ambassador Andrew Young, Reverend Al Sharpton, none other than the legendary leader himself. What an icon, and Reverend Dr. E.T. Cavanagh, our local president in Cleveland, Ohio. We just thank God for the support that SCLC is getting. We have many of the leaders in the civil rights community that's really supporting us. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to evolve into a national march on Cleveland, Ohio. I wish we had the mayor of Cleveland, who's African American. I wish we had the 9 city council members. Out of 17, 9 African American city council members who would support us. We don't have the endorsement of the black elected officials, even from the state legislature. We don't, the General Assembly. We don't have them. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm concerned, but I'm not. For many of years, politics has never freed the oppressed. The oppressed must free politics. Let's talk about where we are today. I think about Memphis, Tennessee, where we are as the leadership of SCLC. Criticism goes with the position. We're not concerned about that. You have to be very passionate and charismatic and believe in your heart when God calls you to do a particular purpose in life, like leading SCLC. I've been here for right at 16 years, and we have been blessed by God, the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, to withstand and move forward. SCLC just got Mr. Purvis paid in working. Can't do nothing by yourself. In working with the Federal Public Defender's Office. None other than Attorney Kelly Henry and her staff and other colleagues. He was not executed, was supposed to have been executed in December. We didn't get him out of prison, but we got him off death row. We're working now to try to relieve him for being incarcerated. And hopefully he will be exonerated. But even if we don't, we saved his life. In actuality, he would serve no more than another 5 years, and he would be out. But we saved his life. Another international note I want to bring forward to you. We've been asked to go with other civic leaders around the world to Ukraine. Even received a letter from none other than Mayor Klitschko himself, the mayor, with Dr. Lamb and Pastor Slavy. We visited his office when I was in Moscow. We flew over to Kiev, Ukraine, and was there in the office of the mayor of Kiev. Also a former world boxing champion, none other than Mayor Klitschko himself, received a letter where we have other political factors and mayors and elected officials, I'm happy to say, around the country who's been encouraged and that we've been in contact with that want to support and endorse us helping Mayor Klitschko. And he just gave a list of things, just basic stuff that we take for granted every day. Mayor Klitschko and the Ukraine Red Cross sent a letter, and personally through Pastor Slavy, who has citizenry in terms of his being recognized as being born in Ukraine, as well as his citizenry of the United States of America. He has dual citizenship. And in working with Pastor Slavy and Dr. Lamb and other world leaders, we will be back with you in a few days, hopefully next week, with the asking of Mayor Klitschko on what we can do as citizens, just everyday people, through churches, pastors, civil rights organizations, people of concern, that we can help the citizenry of Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, they are not going to be defeated. Sadly to say that what's happening in Ukraine could happen anywhere in the world. People with a violent mentality. That's where we as Christians and citizens need to come to the table and collaborate collaboratively and bring about the eradication of violence from our society. Not to just mention what's going on daily in America, from the federal government, the state government, local government. We must collaborate and eradicate violence. Yes, it's a law now that people can actually arm themselves without having a license to carry a gun. We'll talk about that later. Violent society. We must eradicate violence from today's society. Again, Margaret Mead, the great anthropologist, sociologist, said that the changing of the world starts with just a few committed people. And indeed, it has always happened with just a few committed to make this society a little bit better. Because love is what love does. And I love you. Let's stay prayed up. God bless.